online television with me, Pauline Lutuna. Today we are in Lusaka's Kalingalinga compound where we are featuring a woman called Lydia Sakani, who is the Executive Director for Bukata Empowerment Project. So, Madam Lydia Sakani Luka is popularly known as Mama Waluse, which is translated compassionate woman, because of the projects that she has been undertaking to help out the community, to bring hope to those that have lost hope. And this time around, we just want to get more of what has made her what she has become today, and what moved her, what compelled her to begin to be helpful to the community around her. She's currently undertaking a lot of projects which are helping out to a lot of people in her community, and we just want her to tell us her story, because from what I know, she did not have a bed of roses when she was growing up. She had a lot of challenges in her growing up, but she did not allow her background to affect her tomorrow. And so she has used the challenges that she went through to now try and help out people that are going through different challenges. And so on this program, I just want us to hear some more of her testimony.
Lydia Sakani Luka is a businesswoman, and I'm running an organization called the Bukata Empowerment Foundation. I'm the executive director. When I got married to my husband, right, Luka, I got married to him. We were in Ndola. When we were in Ndola, I was working for Supreme Ventures. And then when I stopped work, we came here because my husband was not feeling okay. So we came here in Lusaka. So when we came here in Lusaka, I was doing nothing, and my husband was working for Zesco as a casual worker. And then we were staying in Kalingalinga. So now he was getting about 180 kwacha as salary. And the house that we were renting at that time, we were renting it at 180 kwacha. So when you think about that, 180 kwacha, you get paid, you give it to the landlord. So we were just remaining with nothing. And by that time, I had 2 kids. And you know, in the compounds of Lusaka, where the door of your neighbor is just 2 steps from your door, you know. So now our neighbors were better than us, you know. So now the way we are staying, we used to sleep without food. We used to suffer so much, you know, and I used to cry inside my heart. Why, Lord? Why am I passing through these things? Which other friends, which other relatives of mine, they are not passing through this? I used to cry so much. But I remember there was a day when my son, my second born son, was crying for something from my neighbor. Like we were, I think that time it was 2 days, we slept 2 days without food. And my son was hungry and was crying for food, and I had nothing to do. I was just crying inside the house until, you know, when I saw my son crying for the food, chicken, from my neighbor. My neighbor was frying chicken, and then my son started crying for the same chicken. And you know, when I looked at my son, I felt bad. I cried, and that woman just looked at my son and she started shouting at my son, "You go to your mom." So I grabbed my son, and you know how kids are. He continued crying for food. So I went inside and I looked at my son. I felt bad. I cried on that day, you know, and I knelt down. I said, "Lord, can you help me? You know, you have given me everything. I'm okay, but I want you to help me. Give me wisdom so that I can start helping my husband. At least he's getting paid he's getting 180 kwacha for the rentals. Let me also help him. At least I start doing something." And on that day when I cried, God just gave me that wisdom. Just that wisdom came to me, you know. I said, "No, Lord," because by that time I was asking for for the capital from my relatives, from friends. Can you help me with any amount of money so that I can start the business? But no one was helping. So until that day I said, no, Lord, I have one pair of my shoes. That time I had only one pair of my shoes. And I said, no, I'm going to sell the same shoes. If I will remain without shoes, I'll be walking without shoes. So on that same day, I cleaned the same shoes, and I went in the streets looking for the customers, and I sold that pair of shoes. You know, God was just with me. God was just teaching me something. You know, I sold that pair of shoes at 25 kwacha. And when I sold that pair of shoes at 25 kwacha, I bought pata tropicals for myself. And then I bought sweet potatoes, and I bought sugar for food, just to go and eat. And that 10 kwacha, the remaining 10 kwacha, I bought cooking oil and flour. And that's how I started the business with 10 kwacha. I started selling fritters. So when I started selling fritters, the first day of my business, I knelt down to God and I prayed, Lord, be in this business. I invite you to be the director of this business. And I made a vow with my God that, Lord, if you are going to bless me with this small business, I will be a blessing to a lot of people. And that's the vow that I made. I'll be helping the ministry in the church. I'll be helping the vulnerable. That's the vow that I made with my God. And you know, I just started selling on the first day of my sales. Although the money was so little, but the vow that I made with my God, I used to give at least one samosa to any person. I would give to my neighbors, I would give to my friends, I would give to anyone that comes. And that's how I started that business. I was going around Kalingalinga. Everyone knew me by that time, Kalingalinga. Although I was looking like a boy, you know, I was looking, no one respected me, no one was talking about me, and a lot of women, they used even to laugh at me. They used to laugh at me, my neighbors, they used to laugh at me, but I continued selling. And every day what I used to do when I sell, I used to save, because I had a vision that one day I'll have workers, one day I'll have my own shop. So what I used to do, in every sales, I used to get a 10 kwacha and put aside. I started with a 5 kwacha and put aside. If I sell a 20 kwacha or a 5 kwacha, I get a 5 kwacha, I put aside. Every day I was saving a 5 kwacha every day of my sales. Until one day, I counted the money that I saved. It was about 450. Wow. And that period, it was winter period. And I went into town and I bought a bale of bombers, winter clothes. Second hand, yes. So when I bought that, I went to my neighbor and asked for a place where I can just be putting the sweaters. So the neighbor said, no, it's okay, you can come. So that's how I started the business. That's how I started. People used to look at me, some of them. My business started growing. The business just started growing because God was in it. I used to pray about it. I used to talk to my God that, Lord, if you are just going to help me with this business, I will do great things for you. So until the business was just growing, I opened the shop. You know, when I opened the shop, I continued working, saving. And you know, a lot of people used to come now because I had that vision that one day I'll help also the women. God allowed me to pass through that so that I understand how it feels to sleep without food, how it feels to be laughed by people, how it feels to be a nobody. So God just allowed me to be in that situation so that I understand. So you know, when I started calling women to sit down with them, I used to tell them, look at me, you people, you know me. You know me and you have seen me where I've come from. Look at me. Nothing, there's no medicine, there's nothing but just the hand of God. So I started teaching them. That's how I opened the organization of Wokata Empowerment Foundation. When I opened that organization, the women started coming young men started coming and I started teaching them. So I've empowered a lot of people. I've empowered more than 4,000 people just within Lusaka. And you know, because my focus was on the vulnerable people, whoever is vulnerable, whatever they are passing through, and I started going into that. You know, I've got a lot of ministries that I'm doing, a lot of projects that I'm doing, using my own money that God has given me. I've this project that I'm doing for the vulnerable, people living with cancer and people living with tumors. I've helped a lot of people within Zambia, more than 500 people. They are okay, this time they are working. You know, I help them, take them to the hospital, to UTH, using my own transport, like, because some of them with gloves and some of them, when they have sores, they can't use public transport. So I use my own transport to take them to the hospital. Sometimes you find that it's not there and then that they will be operated on by the doctor. You find that the doctor will say, come the other week. I pay for them. I pay for the blood test for them, especially when we find that the blood test at UTH they don't have. I use my own money to help them until I see them that they are okay.
Do you have people that you work with, or you go into the communities yourself to go and find out about these people, and how do you identify, or how do you know that in such a community there's somebody who has a cancer or a tumor? How do you identify such people?
Okay, yes, I've got people that I'm working with, I have a team that I'm working with. And you know, because the first patient that we started with, the first patient that I helped, Movie TV covered the story until at the end. So a lot of people saw that. And you know, because a lot of people saw that, they started coming now to me. And when they started coming to me and asked for help. No, we have our neighbor, she's not feeling okay, because you know, I saw that some of them is just because of ignorance. Yeah, because you find that they are not going to the hospital, but they go to the sangomas to get the medicine. Then you find that maybe it's just cancer, maybe it's just Kaposi's sarcoma. So I also go in the field. When I hear a story like that, I go and see the patient, myself and my team. We go and counsel that patient. No, where you are going, it's a long press. Let's go to the hospital. So a lot of people, they have been doing my stories. A lot of medias, they have been doing my stories. So a lot of people knows that I work like that. So they call me. Sometimes I go there. Sometimes they bring them at my working place. Yes.
I think for today, we may want to end here, but this is an ongoing testimony. We are going to make sure that we cover all those projects that she's doing. I would really want to see that, and I know that even you viewers, you would really want to see how she's going about all the other projects. But there's so many projects like she has been able to bring to our attention that she is undertaking, and we are going to cover them one by one. So for today, it is bye-bye.